here I am, your accountability buddy.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm your best friend.
I wouldn't say that either.
We know that. And the stats are that it takes 219 hours to become someone's best friend. And we've spent so much more time than that together. We do that in a month. 219 hours together.
Don't you think I don't know?
Or close to it. 6 weeks, we knock that out. We're very, very intimate. And by intimacy, I mean not intimacy,
Sure.
not physical.
Not I know what your sister's name is or your dog. But better.
Better than that. I know Biggie's every move. I know what he's thinking. Therefore, when he tells me I feel really good, I say, so what? What do I care? What do I care? It means nothing to me. That's the stat. It takes, let me get the number right, 219 hours to become best friends with someone. The New York Times did a study.
So 219 hours. That's not an inordinate amount of time, is it?
No, it's not.
Like, what do they say to become an expert at something? It's
10,000 hours.
That's the Malcolm Gladwell standard.
I get a lot of that from emailers. They say, by my count,
You're still short?
yes, to become a true expert at something. And they've counted the amount of hours we've been on this show. And they say it's well over.
Why have you not? Why is there no improvement?
It's well over 10,000 hours.
Oh, my God.
And well over. In fact, if I did the math on that, it's probably triple that. I mean, it's a lot,
Yeah.
And so people say, how? They put the Gladwell standard to the test. They say, you've really disproved.
The Beatles were the Beatles in just a couple of years.
I know. Expert, real talent, raw talent. Here they say, why are you not better at this after 10,000 hours? But what an excellent point by Chris Demm. It takes 10,000 hours to become an expert at something. It only takes 219 hours to become best friends. They say it takes about 164 hours to become true friends and 219 to become best friends.
Now, does that change over the course of a lifetime? Because, when you're young, friendship, to me, friendships are different as you age. You bond differently.
Yeah. Do you think it's easier to become friends when you're older or harder?
I think harder.
Yeah, I think I do too. To become real friends. But
yeah.
You know what I think adult, and I guess it's just part of being an adult. When you're a kid and you first meet somebody, I think there's awkwardness and it takes a few meetings, But when you're an adult, like when you meet somebody, it's just within a few minutes you're like, "Oh, do this," and then you know them. You're not really friends, but you get along with them almost immediately. I don't know. I feel like I'm really, really good at making friends. I just feel like, I brought Biggie into our circle. How many years ago? 4, 5 years ago? And to me...
Was it like 11?
I've worked here 15 years.
15? Okay.
Didn't take long.
I was thinking a lot that we have there's a young lady who lives across the street from us, and she's finishing up 8th grade, so she'll be going into high school next year. And I was thinking back, I couldn't help, I was talking with her dad the other day, trash day, and I couldn't help but think about my first day in high school, because I went to a relatively small K through 8 school. Knew everybody in our class. There were probably 50 of us.
Yeah.
That were in the same graduating class, maybe 60. And I knew everybody, of course.
Yes.
And then I went to a high school that was massive.
Enormous.
And I didn't know anybody. And I made some poor choices sitting at lunch the first time.
Wrong crowd?
Yeah, I was hanging out, people who would go out and smoke at lunch. I don't even know where I sat, where I sat.
Right. I know what you mean.
It's an important decision. Where
yes, it is.
The people you sit with at lunch is a big deal.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. My son, in fact, sits with some seniors. He'll be a senior next year. And he said he's really going to
rule the school.
He says he's going to rule school. And, he's told me lately, he's like, well, next year, of course, I'll just dip when I want to. And I say, you can't.
That's not
You
how.
don't dip.
Is that what seniors do?
He says, some of my friends just dip out. And I was like, you're not going to be dipping out.
That's called skipping school.
That's right.
Do you know where they dip to?
I don't know where they dip to.
Is it to play a little COD?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. He just said they dip. And he hasn't dipped to my knowledge. The other day, I was tracking him. He's 17 now. I was tracking him on my app, Life 360. And he was supposed to be in one spot, but I looked, and he was way across town at a church. And it said, like, Lifestyle Community Church. And so I immediately texted him. I said, where are you, and why are you there? And he wrote back, we're all behind a church getting high. I'll tell you what, he winds me up. goes, we're all drunk behind a church, and now we're getting high. And I said, Hardy Har,
Man.
that is so much fun. He was playing basketball at a church gym.
Ah.
And he said, playing basketball at a church gym. And I said,
Man.
stop. So I said, just, we're not going to
That
wind
kid
me.
has a gift.
Yeah. He winds me up. Yeah, he said, we're all getting high. And I said, seriously? And he said, yeah, just smoking with the gang. And you just want to reach out through the phone and strangle him. That's.
But he's just playing hoops with the
Yeah,
fellas.
that's all I was doing. And, I totally trust him, but I just wanted to know where he was. Now, his mother and I both texted him at the same time. He only got back to me. He doesn't. Sometimes he doesn't even engage with his
Does it enrage the mother?
Oh, yeah. In fact, he says he's smoking with the gang, and now he says he's actually playing basketball scrimmages. And she goes, well, he didn't even answer me. And I texted him before you did. She said to me. That made her angry. This morning I noticed, the last thing I said to him last night was, whatever you do, make sure you roll the garbage can back in from the curb. He goes, I will, it's raining. I said, no, okay. You must, and I knew he was going to be staying up late watching basketball. I said, whatever you do, you must roll that can in from the curb. Well, first thing I did when I got in the car was see the can still out at the curb. They've already gotten onto us for that. The neighbors are like, we really like those cans rolled in by dusk of the night. And
Yeah, a lot of municipalities actually had that sort of as an unwritten rule. Like you could get, they'll put an angry sticky note on your can.
yeah, I've had the angry sticky note. I've had the frowny face already.
Like from the city.
Yes, I've had it.
Yeah.
I've had two things have happened. One, I was recycling things I wasn't supposed to recycle. I would throw the plastic bag in with the recycling, and they gave me a big frowny on that. And they said if it happens again, you're going to be reported to recycling.
We're
police.
taking away your can.
That's right. You have to use that properly.
Yeah, and let me tell you, I know you.
Me.
And you did that on purpose. you might want to play dumb with the I didn't know I couldn't, but I know you. You're Mr. Recycling's recycling. Here, you sift through it. I'm not taking these bags back to the store.
You sift through it. Last night I was having a can of Pringles and a Diet Coke. Golly, that was nice. I'm getting ready to start a new plan.
Sure.
I'm getting ready to be Biggie's
You're
accountable.
saying goodbye to all your old friends?
Yeah, but I'm
one
saying
by one.
But I'm saying goodbye in a big way. We're having a party over there now. Every night. I see
By
whatever.
friends, I mean your food groups.
Yes. So I had a can of Pringles and a Diet Coke, and both were recyclable. And I took the Diet Coke can and put it inside the Pringles can, and then
It fit?
It did.
Oh.
And I tightened it up and put it in the trash can. And I'm wondering if that will cause a problem down at recycling plant. No idea.
I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know really how that works.
Have you? I never even thought about this, but it might. If one is a savvy investor, and I'm not, but if one is a savvy investor, this would be the time to dump your stock in Costco brownies or Ghirardelli chocolate because
Absolutely.
I don't know, because you probably won't be making 3 pans a week.
100% right. My wife's going to Costco today. I said, don't get the brownie mix. And we're out. I said, don't get it. Well, I guess if she did get it, I'd have to make 6 batches by the weekend and it's a holiday weekend.
True.
I guess I could do that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I told her not to do that because I'm getting ready to go on a plan. I was reading about Charlie's Angel star, Jacqueline Smith. She has a lot of people were.
Natch.
She's
Yeah.
Most shows are leading with the Angels.
She's 76 now, and some photos have come out of her, very youthful. So a lot of people are saying, "What's your secret? What do you do?" And she goes, "If you look at my fridge, you'll see fruits and vegetables, and that's all you'll see." She says, "Occasionally, I do have a hamburger. I like it. I like cheese, but mostly 95% of the time, I'm fruits and vegetables." And there's a new skincare line that her husband has made only for her.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, that's right.
And she probably doesn't use the Instagram filters your son uses.
No, probably not. She forever had an association with Kmart. She had a skincare line of her own at Kmart and a clothing line. But she's recently cut ties with them. Well, Kmart's almost out of business, aren't they? I mean, as
far as I know.
Well, yeah. So she's no longer with Kmart. And so she turned to her husband and said, "You need to develop a skincare line for me." He's all right. So she's.
But I'm in real estate. Look, you're married to an angel.
That's right.
That's what it says.
That's right. You got to.
That was the deal.
Develop a skincare line for me. So he did. She said, "That's why I look so young." And so she's out there with it. This is talk about things that are out of business. Last 2 weeks ago, McDonald's said, we're done in Russia. We're not doing it anymore. And they're selling all their real estate in Russia because of the war in Ukraine. Now, Starbucks said the same thing. We're leaving Russia for good. We won't be back.
That's
Really?
it.
That's what they said, yeah. They've made
So no more. They've had their last pumpkin spice latte in Moscow.
That's right. You think they were in a bad mood before. Now they got no Big Macs and no pumpkin spice lattes. And there were thousands of Starbucks and McDonald's in Russia. And they say, we're never going back. So forget that. That really hurts their bottom line, I would assume.
Oh, yeah.
But good for them. If this maniac is going to do this over there, then you're out of luck. That's it. We had a conversation about this guy. This is about McDonald's. Don Gorski, former guest on this show. Were you on sabbatical when he had his 50th year of Big Macs?
No, that was just I was here last week.
I can't keep it straight.
That was Friday, actually.
Was that Friday?
That was 3 days ago.
Where were you? Were you sitting right there?
Right here.
You know what I'm asking you? I was just thinking about this. He's eaten Big Macs, nothing but Big Macs
For 50 years?
50 years.
And he saves the wrappers.
Yes, and the receipts. And that's when I thought, I saw that later. After we did the story, I saw that night they did a wrap-up on him, and he had, thousands and thousands and thousands of boxes and wrappers from Big Macs. Mm-hmm. And I thought, he might be crazy. He might,
You're just coming to that.
Yeah.
Full-blown mental illness?
But I think he's close to crazy. Because, at first I thought he was quirky. Big Mac every meal, still healthy, fine. Mm-hmm. It loves it. Eats a parfait for breakfast, then Big Mac for lunch and Big Mac for dinner. Always at McDonald's. And even plans for, like, when they're closed for Christmas, he gets them and puts them in the fridge or freezes them and then has them out on Christmas. But when I saw he saves the box, because he had it like 1987, and there's 375 boxes, in a compartment, and I thought he's crazy. He's really crazy.
Mm-hmm. He's not the craziest person we've had on the air.
No, we've had crazier.
Yeah,
that woman. There was a fluoride woman one time we had on. Or she was really crazy.
The foreskin guys.
The foreskin guys.
This is way before Biggie joined the show.
Yeah, I don't remember these.
What was it they said?
These guys who'd been circumcised were trying to uncircumcise themselves with, weights and pulleys?
Yes. Yes. They're crazy, too.
Yeah.
Joyce DeWitt.
I was going to bring that up.
We don't have as many guests as we used to.
Mm-mm.
Who's the celebrity that can remember everything from every date?
Mary Lou Henner.
Yeah, we had her on.
She remembers everything. Mary Lou Henner can remember literally, if you say February 19th, 1988, she'll say, "Oh, I was doing this." And she's been clocked on that. Mm-hmm. She really can do that.
I don't think the Big Mac guy is that crazy. You know who I think is crazy? His wife, who stays married.
Stays with him. She's the one that said, well, you have to have something healthy. Mix in a parfait.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Hasn't his son started eating the same
meal?
I don't know if he has the same numbers.
Big Macs. No, can't be that. Can't be.
No.
Wasn't his son at the in all the stories last week?
Yeah, his son started it too. And I remember when we had him on, Don Gorski, who's eaten 50 years worth of Big Macs now. He said, well, my wife wanted me to eat a little healthier. And Chris' reaction was, your wife?
Well, I agree with that reaction.
You have a wife? Were you here when we interviewed him?
No, I don't think so.
I didn't think so either. That was a long time. That
was a long time.
I think it was when he hit 30 years of Big Macs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now he's at 50 years of Big Macs. By the way, this is McDonald's as well. There's a TikToker. I'm always scrolling through TikTok now.
Love it.
Very hip.
I'm surprised your son hasn't put you up
on TikTok?
As some of his videos.
He may have. I may see myself one day on there doing something stupid.
Absolutely.
They're so...
Take the trash can back.
Yeah, exactly.
Roll the can.
Somebody sent me one today, and it's just a woman going, I'm calling in sick to play pickleball. And that's all it's like 5 seconds. I'm calling in sick to play pickleball. And it's like, what? What are we doing?
And that has like 1.2 million
exactly.
views.
So
yeah.
This is what we're doing.
Yes.
This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're just dancing and talking to our phones.
Yeah. For 5 seconds. And it's like, oh, it's viral. He sent it to me because he's like, you might like this. I'm calling in sick to play pickleball.
That's it. And that's all it is.
Mood. You could repost.
Yeah.
I know. Well, if I knew how. Mm-hmm. I'm calling in sick to play pickleball.
That's it.
That's it. Well, this guy on TikTok, he works at McDonald's, and he says, sometimes you can glean some good facts, but he works at McDonald's, and he said, always order a 20-piece McNugget because they make those fresh immediately. If you're ordering a 6-piece, they'll have a 20-piece sitting there, and they'll grab from earlier, and they'll grab 6 and put it in there. You'll get the freshest if you order 20. These little hacks.
I thought everything was made to order now.
Well, I did too. But his thing was, he said, if you get a smaller size McNugget, your 6 could be cobbled together from a bunch of leftover nuggets. They make big, I guess they probably make 40 at a time or something. Who knows? They make big batches at a time. That's how we used to do our hush puppies. Henry James. We wouldn't just crank out. So this is the same type thing, I guess. And then you get, just what they make, for a lesser McNugget if you order a smaller amount. There's a Waffle House in the news because while they were open, apparently the chef at Waffle House quit.
Oh no!
The chef at Waffle House quit. This was in Kentucky, and this went viral last week.
He cut off his ankle bracelet and make a run for it.
He said, "I've had it." He threw down the spatula and he quit. And the Waffle House,
his chef's knife, packed up his knives.
That's right.
Tossed off his hat.
That's right.
His chef's toque.
And the Waffle House manager said, "I'm sorry, we have to close. We cannot stay. Our chef has just left out the back door."
I bet half the people walking through the door could run the grill.
They did. They went, but the
course.
customers who were already there said, "Well, just let us at it." So like 2 or 3 back there made eggs and bacon and whatever else it was. And the manager said, "Okay," until he closed the door then, but everybody that was there, a few people went back behind the counter, made the stuff, everybody ate, and then had to leave. But I thought that was A, neat, but B, are you allowed? Are you allowed to do that?
You might lose
the health department.
Department,
by
right.
by the health department, can you do that?
If they came in at that time and saw it, but I mean that's a long shot of that happening.
Who was
right.
was Gator? Oh, may he rest.
May he rest. He was a Waffle House chef
years ago.
Yes.
If Gator could be a Waffle House chef, I would trust these people just sitting there.
Yeah.
But Gator worked at Waffle House. God, we lost him several years ago now. One of our all-time greats on this program.
Well, believe it or not, I can't say the word, but believe it or not, I used to be a cook at a Waffle House.
Is that right?
Yeah, and we had a ladder on the back, and I worked third shift, and sometimes there wasn't that many people, and I'd keep me a case of beer on the top, and I sit up there on top of the roof and drink my beer. Somebody pulled up, and I said, "Well, hell, I got to go cook now." Well, I climbed down there and go, and then I drink white liquor too, and I drink white liquor and put ice in it, and they think I was just drinking water.
Wow. Do you think it affected your cooking in a negative way?
No, I think it learned me to cook better because I can cook. I can cook good.
Yeah.
I didn't have no complaints.
Guess it was pretty good then. What was your specialty? What did you like making most at Waffle House?
Well, the only thing is aggravating is when they holler. I can't remember exactly. It's been so long. They go easy over egg and this and that and hash browns, and that just gets aggravating.
Don't holler at him. You can't talk to him. May he rest.